a little bit. We just wait for some of our listeners to get into the chat room.
Yeah, which is nice because we're all going live here and pre-gaming with some beers. So
pre-gaming nice. With an extremely light Pilsner.
That was this not non-source beer for our pre-game here, but this one was super light.
Sipping on.
Did a session Pilsner from Poor Man's Brewing out in Ephrata. It was called Best Friend. It just seemed right to start the podcast for the best friend.
Yeah, very appropriate.
But session super light.
Yeah, I was just telling Dan, like I had a great time going over to the Urban Saloon or whatever it's called, the Urban Tap House.
It's the Urban Tap House, yeah.
The Source Urban Brewing.
Yeah.
Have you guys been there, or had you been to the original location in Colton Neck before?
No,
I've been looking at pictures though. It's awesome. That whole like farmhouse on the hill just is spectacular looking.
We have
a cool spot. We love it.
We have like a contingency of friends out in New Jersey, and they're all obsessed with Source, and they're always like, "You got to get out here." I'm like, "It's such a drive."
Awesome.
Yeah. The folks over at the Urban Brew they were super nice. They were like, "Yeah, try everything." I'm like, I can't try everything. I got to drive 95 home.
I love the look of the farmhouse, though. I'm looking at pictures right now. Actually, I mean, we can even just pull this up here on the.
Bring it on up.
While we're getting this ready to go here.
Yeah,
it's a fun space, that's for sure. It's a little bit something for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. Let's go back to the rustic looking there.
Oh, a little screen share action, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place is cool.
Yeah, this is the type of place like a destination brewery kind of style to it.
Yeah, it's got 2 stories. You can walk out on the second level there through those French doors onto a little rooftop terrace, a couple acres of grounds. Build up some patio space and put out some gravel out there, and an additional like AstroTurf adults only section. So trying to kind of make it a cool space where we got a lot of families come. But carve out some separate space as well, and you got the games and like the cornhole and everything there.
Where did Lee and Zeppy get married?
I don't know. I forget.
Did they get married at Source?
I don't think they got married. I don't think
it was a similar setup.
Yeah, they had it was the same like a farm setup there for that. But no, I love that you said adults only AstroTurf area. I went yes.
Yeah. We had upstairs and rooftop is adults only, and then we built this additional outdoor area that we just weren't utilizing yet. That we got some fire pits put in.
Very nice.
It's like half AstroTurf, half pavers.
Oh yeah,
definitely a topic we could probably dive into later. But adults only areas in a brewery are just chef's kiss.
I know that's another big attention point for all. But and
we got 2 dads on the podcast here, so
oh, cool. So you understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, totally. And I work at a brewery, and after this past weekend with the weather getting nice, the kids were out. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess I mean I don't know if I want to save the story for the podcast recording. It's a good story though. We'll have to get into it.
All right, we got Dylan on.
Oh, Dylan's in. Nice.
I feel like that story you put. Did you put that in with
I put that in a comment on Hayes Boys post about kids in a brewery. They had one of those plastic little kegs.
Yeah, the rolling kegs.
Yeah, they photoshopped it into a brewery with like kids around it. And I'm like, oh dude, I had to put my story in there, but I'll tell it when we get the recording going. Yeah. I had a bonkers experience with a family like at my brewery, and like, man, we don't serve food either, so it's not like a place you really want to bring your kids to hang out.
And it's a tight space.
It's a real tight space.
It's a small spot, so it is like it's kid friendly, but it's not really kid friendly.
We're kid friendly to an extent. Like we're kid friendly to like parents who can keep their kids under control.
Right.
Yeah.
As it kind of should be everywhere. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Let's.
That's good.
Let's get the let's get the audio going.
Yeah, let's get the audio going. We'll
All
get
right.
the intro, and we'll bring Greg back on once we're ready.
Yeah.
We'll
All
let
right,
him
Greg.
pre-game over there for a little while longer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, get nice and lubed up for the conversation here.
All right. We will talk to you in just a minute. All right, guys. We are going to go live right now.
Yeah. All about that saxophone.
Hola. Hola, everyone. You know what I always think about when that the song, and I didn't notice it when I put it in. It sounds like it says on tap.
On tap. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to hear it. You know, it's one of those things. Maybe if you like you're
Maybe it's
listening
subliminal for us.
Maybe. What's up? What's up, Chris White?
It's right in the house.
Yeah. All right. Let's get the audio rolling, eh?
Let's do it.
Audio input is not accessible for recording. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know. I don't.
PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean? All right. Well, let me do this. Don't save. Well, we're not going quite live with audio just yet. Technical difficulties. Yeah, Dylan was telling Dan about that earlier. Sexy sax metal. It's new hotness.
Yeah.
It's all the rave. It's what all the kids are talking about.
Oh, I stopped getting comments on my screen.
Oh, really?
Oh, there they are. Nice.
There
Had to refresh.
All right. Let's give this a try again. Record.
My son said that means to stop the foul language.
All right, and go. Hey, we're recording. All right.
Nice.
Hola, buenos noches. Me amo Tom.
Is this the Duolingo lessons?
Yeah.
Did you actually get to use some of it?
Yeah, I mean, I have baseline knowledge of Spanish. You know, they people come up and they're like, you know, the servers come up and they're like,
And you're like, pollo.
I'm like, hola.
Hola. Yo necesito pollo.
Yeah, no, I'm always like, you'll be like, hola, and they're like, hola, ¿cómo está? Oh, bien, y tú? And they're like, oh, español. No.
Yes.
Un poco.
What was that? Was it Billy Madison? Slow down.
Yeah, slow down. The gardener. All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to a full force episode.
There we go.
We're back. The boys are back together. And not only were we back together, we're back together in the friend zone.
Yeah, we're back in the friend zone. Back in the same room.
Yeah. It's you know, getting all the germs all
I know. I'm like,
together.
what'd you bring back from Mexico? Because another one of our friends
yes.
He caught the COVID going down to Mexico. So I was a little apprehensive coming here.
I was a little worried. I was like, man,
bunch of tests right as soon as he got home.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't felt nobody's coughed, nobody's felt any effects. So
I
think we're in the clear.
I've taken a ton of tests because I have an upper respiratory infection that's just like sitting here. I'm wheezing all the time. So it's okay. I'm feeling a lot better.
Dan, I'm gonna need you to go get a mask. I'll ask Jess to get you a mask, surgical mask.
She's gonna come in in like the same suit from Outbreak. Just hand me a mask.
She's gonna slither in like Frank from It's Always Sunny. Just want to be pure.
No, you're just gonna hear. It's gonna sound like a grocery bag coming in here. I do not have the Rona. I took a test. I'm fine. I took 2 tests. I'm fine.
They double up. That means he's double sure. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest podcast to exist in the history of podcasts. Internationally acclaimed, Cindy Crawford approved podcast of hops, high fives,
fist bumps.
Yeah, let's do that. And friendship. I am your host, the crispiest of boys.
The Christiest of boys.
Christiest, the Governor Christiest of boys.
The Christiest of boys.
The El Hombre con muchas emociones. Wait for it. I still have it.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
Emo Tom.
Over again.
For those who are not up to my level of Duolingo, that is the man of many emotions.
Yep. Emo Tom.
Emo Tom.
Emo Tom.
Tom.
And I'm your other host. Tonight, I am the Funk Master General because
Ooh.
we gotta have some Farmhouse on here.
Ooh, our funky ball tits over here.
Oh, yeah. The Brewers Forward Rattlesnake. Hell yeah. It's Dan.
Think it's gonna come out of the couch. It's so hot in there. All right, everybody. Welcome back. It's the year, Did you guys didn't have any sound effects last week, did you?
No, I didn't have the cable. I had the sound. I had the whole I had my whole thing ready to plug in. And when I opened up the bag, I saw the cable wasn't in there.
I left it on the desk.
With all the headphone cables too.
All the headphone cables. It was a last minute throw together.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was me throwing it back in after the episode.
Essentials. All right, everybody. It is the year 2023, Mo. It's the best friends podcast in the world, and we are starting right now. So emo.
It is. It's very emo. You are an encyclopedia of like late emo. You know like all this like it's like later era emo that I'm like I've heard of the names but I've never heard the songs.
El hombre con muchas emociones. Yeah. Dan's going. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Where is that? There it is.
Did you get your tickets to the used to that? Nah, I'm not gonna go see the used.
Nobody's gonna go see the used. Fat Bert. No.
I've seen Bert in his heyday. That was enough for me.
All
right.
Yeah, Car Underwater. Come on, that was I mean, you don't get much more emo than that.
Oh yeah, that's like late era emo. I like to call that.
I mean, I feel like that. No, that's still Victory Records. Era.
Yeah, I guess that was
like 2004.
I guess it was that 2004.
Yeah,
maybe I don't know.
Used this terrible live. Yeah, well.
No bueno lie. Oh, look, he's using the Spanish.
Yeah. No,
he knew you were in Mexico last week.
All right, let's bring our guest on, huh?
Let's bring our guest on. Let's go through some housekeeping quick, and we'll bring our guest on and get to some beers. Do it, Tom.
All right, everybody, follow me. Go! There we go. There's our ads for the week.
I completely disregarded these, so we have to do them this week.
All right, everybody. Follow, rate, review. Follow on all major social media platforms. Give us a rating. Dan rating.
5-star party, baby.
5-star party. Fiesta.
Estrellas.
I don't know. Yes, 5 Estrellas. Fiesta.
There you go.
There we go. And then give us a review. If you want to support us non-monetarily, review is the best way to do it. Helps us with the algorithm, helps us get up. Hey, we're charting in India now.
In Indian.
Yeah. And so that's a lot of people. So
Yeah.
to get on the charts there, they have like 100 billion people over there. I don't know.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah. We're doing all right.
Thank you, India.
We're back in Nigeria.
And Ghana too?
No, Ghana's left us off. But we gained,
Ghana, we miss you.
We gained India.
Okay, cool.
So our risk board is filling up. All right, everybody. Reviews. Yeah, give us a review. We don't care what it is. And then if you do want to support us monetarily, you can do it on Anchor. That's what, $4.99 a month.
$4.99 a month.
Yeah,
for support.
Yeah, it helps us get new stuff, new equipment, put merch out. And
but you know what? There is a way that you can support us where it doesn't cost you a dime.
There is a way.
Tom, go ahead.
So through Anchor, it's anchor.fm/bestfriendspod/support. But if you want to do it where it's not going to cost you anything, you can sub with Prime on Twitch. Sub with Prime. If you're an Amazon member and Amazon Prime member and you have Twitch, you can subscribe to the podcast and we get money and it doesn't cost you anything.
It doesn't.
No.
You subscribe for free. Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Daddy Bezos gives us some of that.
He opens up his little coin purse and he just sprinkles some shekels down.
Yeah. Yes. So we get that Daddy Bez guap.
Yep. Daddy Bezos.
Yeah.
Zaddy Bezos is gonna give us some coins.
And as always, every week we're a part of the Hopped Up Network. Hopped Up Network is an ever-growing group of independent craft beer podcasts, much like our own. If you like our podcast, you might like some of the other podcasts on the network. Check them out at Hopped Up Network. Website www.hoppedupnetwork.com. Boom, we're done.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's bring on our guest. He is the director of brewing operations, whatever that means, at Source Farmhouse Brewing in Colts Neck, New Jersey. Greg Taylor, everybody. Greg. Woo.
Yeah. What's up, Greg?
Hey, what's going on, Tom and Dan? Thanks for having me on.
Anytime, man.
Man, I reached into the fridge and I got pretty aroused grabbing this really big can here, so I'm ready to go.
The size of Dan's forearm.
I know. I was like, look at it. I need 2 hands to grab this can.
Starting with a crispy tube.
Yeah, Dan needs a double hand motion on this one. All right, so we're gonna be doing Barbershop Pills by, you guessed it, Source Brewing. Not that one. Let's share screen here because we got Untapped up here. There it is. Boom.
Yeah,
wow.
You know, that wonderful website that everyone loves to use for beer.
Yeah, everybody loves it.
Boo Untapped.
All right, everybody. So we have Barbershop Pills from Source Brewing. It is Untapped has it as a German Pils. I was told it was a Bohemian style Pils.
Yes, Bohemian style.
Yeah. So Barbershop Pills was designed to be the perfect companion for your next trip to the #barbershop. Packaged in an extra tall 19.2 ounce can, this highly drinkable Bohemian style Pils showcases subtle flavors and complexity that will elevate your barbershop experience and pair nicely with the buzz of your barbershop's clippers. This brilliant golden lager was brewed with Bohemian floor malted Pilsner and hopped in the kettle with 2 French varietals.
Varietals for the hops.
Aramis and Barber Rouge.
Ooh.
And we're going to end there because there's a lot more to read.
And we'll talk about it. Yeah. I mean, we've got a lot of tasting notes for this one. You guys write some novels for this, man. You got everything. You guys get every single characteristic of mouthfeel right down to taste and notes.
And that wasn't
awesome.
That was mouthfeel. That was a mouthfeel. I'm saying that. This is me.
It isn't
that phony from last week.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know that virtual Tom that I had on the podcast.
Yeah. Apparently, I get whittled down to 3 phrases. That's my worth to the podcast.
I still have them right here.
Yeah, Tom's replacing you. Watch out.
Dan's replacing me.
Yeah, I got this here. So hold on. This is the best of Tom on the podcast.
Mouthfeel, head retention, lactose.
That's what it's boiled down to.
Those are the 3 things that you'll always hear on a podcast episode here.
Mm-hmm.
But 19.2 ounce stovepipes, man. These are awesome. And for the barbershop theme, like pretty on the nose for the barber pole.
Yeah. I mean, we got the flexibility to kind of choose the packaging format per brand. And, generally every week it's something new between like 2 to 4 beers. Maybe we bring back some favorites, but for the most part, it's new beers. So, when these guys are available and you in the 19.2s and you got a beer that you're going to design as a barbershop pole, it just kind of made sense. And that highly drinkable nature, I'm going to pour it out here in a half-liter mug, gives a nice little froth. Scoop out the foam and
we got the baby share mugs here.
You got a nice one to overflow a sharing pour there.
Yeah.
There you go.
This is a normal size. All right, we're gonna get a little crack here.
Yeah, count me on. Yeah. Count us off, Tom.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at that!
I like it.
I like the initial crack to set the tempo, and then you do it in unison at the last one.
You can finish it off together.
We finished it off. All right. Don't say that while I'm holding a 19.2 ounce can here.
So did you guys choose your positions as the chief crisp officer and the funk master general? I love it.
So based on the so we had New Year's beer resolutions for this year, and mine, and we'll get to it later on because we're gonna have a little bit of it, is to have more farmhouse, saisons, more funk in my life. So, and
mine goes with this right along with this beer was to achieve crispy enlightenment. So I want to achieve the pinnacle of crispiness.
It's tied to goals for betterment in beer drinking. So that's good.
Exactly.
I support it.
My next resolution is to clean Tom's glasses a little bit better.
I try. I do my best, Dan.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers, fellas.
They're called flavor crystals.
Flavor crystals in there. Ooh, man, that's got a snap to it. I love that.
Nice snap, nice effervescence.
So so you're the director of brewing operations. So what does that title entail?
So that entails Phil Petraka and I, he's the other owner. We started up in back in 2017. Source opened the doors 2019. So we're going on our 4th year of making and selling beer now. So help to get things started on the brew house side. We've got a small team of brewers now. Myself, Jeremy, and John. Jeremy's the head brewer, and I kind of oversee brewing operations. Still brewing, still doing a little bit of this and that, but that's kind of wear a lot of hats, but encompassed under the brewing operations.
Okay. So you're like a brewmaster with also some like back of the house stuff as well.
Yeah, I got my hands in all the items, focus on the brewing. Kind of there's a more of a planning, recipe development, procurement, anything that kind of goes wrong, having some flexibility to jump on it and keep things moving.
Now looking at the site here, and I didn't dive too deep into it. Now, are you brewing at both locations?
We are brewing at the Colts Neck location in New Jersey.
Okay.
In the Source Urban, we bring the beers over there. They've got some like older equipment in the basement that we inherited.
Oh, okay.
There's some hope for revival in the future, but right now we're bringing the beer, over into Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because who was that was there before them?
I don't know.
They were called Fishtown Brew Pub. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they had just a small scale system down there.
Yeah, they had been in there, I think maybe less than 2 years, had a really beautiful reno put on the place, gorgeous historic building, just like our farmhouse in Colts Neck. And it became open as an opportunity for us during the pandemic. And we came in and, put our finishing touches on it, completely upgraded the draft system, put together a really nice food program. Chef Kenny Como, who's done some 3 Michelin star restaurant stuff, has, consulted and put together some things. And we got a talented crew there to really bring in some food as well, which is kind of what our Jersey location lacks. So very different feels in both places. You got the kind of sprawling farmhouse in Jersey, and then the more urban, comfortable feel with a nice little different take on food that pairs excellent with all the different beer styles.
Oh yeah, because you guys got to jump through hoops in Jersey with you guys can have food. I mean, obviously jumping through a ton of hoops over there.
Yeah, the cool governor over there.
Yeah, he sounds like a real stand-up guy.
Yeah.
The rules are different state to state, so it's definitely there's advantages here and there, but the focus in Colts Neck is the customer experience and making awesome beer. There's not really space for a kitchen anyway, but it is bring your own food friendly. You can get stuff delivered, set up a spread, do your thing, family friendly, dog friendly outside. So it's a cool hang spot, nice little destination place. And then Fishtown, our spot in Philadelphia, smaller, but again, brings in that food aspect, got more of like a neighborhood feel, doing specials in the kitchen and always getting the 2 to 4 new beers a week. So it's a cool spot.
It's definitely cool. It has a very English, Irish pub feel to it. You got the corner door location. It's definitely smaller. You get a nice center bar. I felt really bad that Phil was talking to me about the food, and I was like, I gotta leave, but I really want to stay for food. But I had to go.
We would have fed you guys good. You'll have to go back next time.
Yeah, we're planning a group trip down that area. So
yeah, I mean, you said Barcade's right around the corner or something.
We're planning a trip.
Right across the street. It's a nice brewery hotbed in that neighborhood. You guys would love it. You could
Fishtown's
Saturday and walk to 6 different spots.
it's wild seeing like Fishtown evolve to like what it used to be. And like when I was like skating down there in the early 2000s, it was like there wasn't that many places where you could kind of go in for a nice bite to eat. It was really like, let's skate, get back to the car, and get back on 95 before.
And they're so easy to get to off of 95 too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Fishtown. What did you hop off at like Aramingo right there?
Yep.
Nice. Man, we used to take that trip a lot for skateboard and Aramingo. You drop down, and it used to be a lot worse to go when you got off that exit, man. It's so much like the area has gotten so much nicer. Like you said, there's breweries around every corner. You got Barcade down there now. I mean, I love the whole Farmhouse brewery too in Jersey. I mean, that looks like a definite like destination.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys are basically brewing for two now. After that last question, like, what size system are you brewing on?
So we're small. We've got a 10-barrel brew house. We have 4 20-barrel fermentation tanks, then another couple 10-barrel tanks. So we're either double brewing or, single batching for either new recipes, seasonal stuff, or one-off. 4 serving tanks, bright tank, a couple 20-barrel lagering tanks stacked up on each other. And then we've got some plans this year to do a small little bump out of the brew house, kind of engulf what's now a driveway and boiler room. And that'll give us, close to double the fermentation space. We on getting another 2 stacked 20-barrel lagering tanks and then some more 10-barrel fermenters to kind of, give us a lot of flexibility. Tanks are always good. Another bright tank too. So you go wrong with more tanks.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys are pretty well versed in like the double batching, and you have like the 20-barrel tanks to be able to kind of, have that production capability to, I mean, you guys have a Fishtown location. I mean, that's got to be going through kegs. Philly knows how to drink. So
yeah, it's great. I mean, it's like having, a bar, but it's every single line is yours, and you get to represent the brand and offer a great experience and tie it to some food, and the consistency and the glassware and all the details are thought out. So really just a great curator of the beer and bringing it to the city of Philadelphia. And
the beer list certainly is not small there either.
No, it's we keep it coming out. Like I said, probably on average a couple new beers per week. We always have some lagers cooking. We always have some farmhouse ales in the works. We've got some long-term wood-aged foeder and barrel projects, mixed fermentation.
That's awesome.
Always got fresh IPAs coming out. You name it. Like to kind of brew with the seasons as well. Branching the styles that we like to drink, and that, if it's something we haven't done before, it's certainly on our radar. We definitely like to go through and go all through the classic European styles and do some innovative stuff.
Oh yeah, there's definitely seasonality of drinking. But speaking of beer, brewing beers we like to drink. I mean, let's go back to this Bohemian Pilsner. I mean, this is like a shift beer right here.
Yeah, this is awesome.
For like any brew house, like this is that crisp beer you want to have after a hard day right here.
Yeah, definitely the good one to start out with. It's delicate, it's approachable. It's a beer drinking beer for sure, hence the large format. But at the same time, there's some balance. It's got a dry finish. You get a little bit of that, like, Bohemian floor malted Pilsner sweetness. That's a little bit, richer maybe than the lighter German Pils. Some French hop varietals that's a little different. Barber, we kind of saw the wordplay alliteration there with Barber. It was a good excuse to get it. It's in the noble family. I think both of those varietals go back to the Strissel Spalt growing region of France. It's like their notable region, and they're noble-ish. You definitely have some of that herbal and floral with they're delicate, bright, a little bit of like citrus,
pepper.
Orange, limey, pepper, and then what's at least what you see out there and some of the more finer detailed notes from these hops, especially the Bar Rouge, is like ripe red fruits on like a subtle like red currant, strawberry, raspberry. But
yeah, there is like
overall high level. It's a very beer tasting beer, straightforward for balanced drinkability.
It's definitely got like a nice approachability. It's super crisp, but it's got some like sophisticated flavors in there.
Indeed. Yeah. I was going to say the pepper really kind of cuts
Yeah.
through. There's like a little bit of pepperiness, but yeah, like subtle fruit flavors is definitely like an undertone.
I'm getting kind of like a Chardonnay vibe to it, like a white wine, like a dry white wine kind of feel to it.
Man, you're such an old white woman over there. Like, I'm just getting a Chardonnay feeling over there.
Yeah.
You want to put some ice in it too?
Old Tanya over here. Yeah.
Old Tanya over here is divorced, 45 years old, just enjoying a Chardonnay.
Yeah. Like you said, with ice cubes in it.
With ice cubes in it.
Yeah, keep it nice and cold.
Can I get some ice for my Chardonnay?
No, it's really good. I enjoy the Bohemian style. It definitely brings a little bit more flavor to the like the Pilsner. It's got the pepperiness, but like I said, it's just a little bit more of like a sophisticated palate on this one.
Agreed, 100%. But still, just drinkability, balance. You know, you're not sacrificing balance with those complex flavors at all. It's perfectly balanced with that Bohemian, was it floor malt in there? Subtle sweetness to that. I like it because it always reminds me a little bit of almost pushing towards that like American lager sweetness, or even like a cream ale sweetness. It just has that like subtle sweetness that I like in some other styles that kind of ties it in there.
But doesn't get bogged down with like, it's not heavy. It's still super crisp, super light.
Dry.
5%, still in that nice wheelhouse, like sessionable wheelhouse. And then the stovepipe cans. Come on.
Yeah. Now, are these sold as singles or in like a 4-pack of stovepipe?
These are sold as a 4-pack. Yeah, we've
that's a big 4-pack.
It's a big 4-pack, you know.
That's a big boy.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. I embrace
styles we've used in the past. They tend to be of the crispy variety. I think we did the exception was we did a 2-pack of the 19.2 ounce stovepipes as like a we do this beer called for Tunnels to Towers, Never Forget. So it's for 9/11. So it was like the 2 towers kind of on there, and like proceeds went, you know, to a great cause. But yeah, that's the other time that was like a non, you know, crispy tube in the 4-pack option. But
damn.
Yeah, we wanted we had. Sorry.
4-pack of tubes, man.
You're really selling your business to us here.
I
know. Yeah, definitely much more reason to get down there. Yeah, this was super enjoyable. This is definitely I would put this in a fridge beer category, Dan. This is one that definitely be a fridge beer, you know, one that you just keep in the fridge. It's always there. Grab it after a day of work. Or,
yeah, I'd put this right next to the High Life in my fridge beer category.
Yeah,
this is right up there with like a nice, you know, crispy treat after a long day. Like I said, this is a brewer's shift beer right here.
Hell yeah,
yeah.
That's like, you know, getting back to the beers we like to drink. I know what definitely mean by the fridge beers, like the go-to. You know, you can love all the beer styles, but when, you know, 80% of the time you're generally going for a few different beer styles that are like your fridge beers. So yeah, this is one of them.
Yeah, keeping a stock on that.
Yep.
And we are going to turn a complete 180
we're going 180
from fridge beer right now.
Yeah. So
this next one's going to be this one's going to be a fun one. I mean, the last beer we're going to have is going to be I can't wait.
We're going to have a love affair with that.
We're going to have a love affair with that one, but this one's going to be this one's the party boy. This is the wild card of the podcast right here.
And it's a style that we generally love on this podcast. Going back to, you know, Dan forcing me to drink this style of beer back
forcing IPAs down his throat early in the game when the highest IBUs won.
Yeah,
when the higher the IBU, the better it was.
I don't want any more cat piss. But yeah, now it's grown on me and I love it. But
God damn it, there's even pine trees on the can. This is awesome.
All right, so we're going to be doing General Sherman, the Imperial West Coast IPA.
Tom is not an 8% guy. This is good. This is awesome. Like, there's even pine trees on it.
Yeah, Phil was like, "Oh yeah, I recommend the Imperial West Coast." I was like, "Okay."
Dan's over here like, yes.
Yes. Let the Westie flow through you.
Yes.
Yes, let the resin.
Sweat the pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the name General Sherman actually is the name of this giant sequoia tree. It's the largest tree in the world. So
Really?
by volume. But yeah, it's the biggest tree. It's in Sequoia National Forest. And we use Sequoia hops, which is actually a hop blend. So that was kind of the tie-in. Generally, our names for the beers come through just brainstorming sessions when we're kind of putting the beer concept together and, you know, knowing this was going to be a West Coast, breaking down the ingredients, thinking about, you know, imagery, Googling some stuff, and, you know, you come with a name and some sweet imagery, and we got a great artist who kind of gets us to communicate well with her.
This podcast is a sucker for a good theme. Too.
Yeah, a good can style and a good theme. And I mean, obviously for a West Coast, you had to go back to Cali.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, this hop blend Sequoia is, you know, it's proprietary, so they don't break down the hop blend. You can probably guess. I'm sure there's some Cascade in there. We threw some in extra for good measure, but they say it's like more your traditional Pacific Northwest, you know, sea style hops, and then some newer kind of more tropical fruit forward stuff. So then the brew one was kind of the bridge and tie-in.
We did use Sequoia, Tom. I know that face you're looking at. I mean, we did brew a Sequoia for
was that Fleetwood Cat?
Yeah, for our we did a beer with Naked. And I'm sure, and you guys I think you guys know Hannah from she used to be at Naked. But
she's at Love City now.
Yeah, I think she was
okay.
Yeah. But we did a beer that had Sequoia. It was a little bit of Sequoia. It wasn't like a dominant in the brew, but
so this is it's a beer featuring Cascade, Brew One, and Sequoia, prepared to be rooted in hoppy delight with General Sherman, a towering West Coast style Imperial IPA that's as mighty as the awe-inspiring as its namesake. Named after the largest tree in the world by volume, that can be seen poking its head above the Great Forest in California's Sequoia National Park. General Sherman is a beer that commands attention. Whether you're a seasoned hophead or just looking to branch out into classic bitter IPAs, General Sherman is a must-try.
Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking Dan's language.
Right, I know, he already cracked it. I'm about ready to crack it.
Yeah, we got to get into this. All right, Daniel, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Love it.
All right, Tom, give me a little angle on that. I was going to say, hold up that. Oh, man, look at the color on that. That amber West Coast IPA color on that.
It looks like you look at it and it says, I'm hoppy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not hazy. You know, there's some, you definitely have some clarity when held up, but it just looks like, damn, there's some hops in this thing.
Looks like it should be on the end of a staff of somebody guiding you around Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the one thing I love about the West Coast IPA is that the BJCP completely overlooked it and added New England and hazy to the category, but never put West Coast style in there.
Just American.
Yeah, they just kept that as the American IPA there.
Boys, Slancha.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Oh, man.
So it's not as aggressive on the nose as I was thinking. And I think that comes from the putting that Brew One in there.
It's got a little tropical on the nose, definitely. But man, that pine, that is beautiful.
Oh, man. And this drink's way nicer than I was expecting with that Imperial in there. This drink's smoother than some like normal, like 5% West Coast.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I would never, if you just gave me this in like a blind taste test, I would never guess that this is 8%.
You would figure it out after like 30 minutes or an hour or so if you had one to do.
Yeah, getting that quiet buzz sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it's, you know, again, it's pretty dry, you know, OG gravity wise, not as much as some of these Imperial hazy IPAs because it finishes a lot lower. So it's a little bit lighter on the tongue, but it finishes with more of like a bitter snap and a linger. You kind of get to taste that hop. It's like a sticky sweet pine, get a little like ruby red grapefruit pit, some like orangey zest, coniferous forest, you know, all that.
all those IPA buzzwords from like 2008.
Yeah, all the
Sierra Nevada handbook.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the IPA lovers got into to begin with.
Yeah, this is what made me fall in love with craft beer, was like that piney, like sticky citrus, like kind of notes to it. And yeah, this is just taking me back to my glory days right now.
It tastes
It's
like
taking me back like 10 years and 30 pounds ago.
30. It tastes like, I mean, West Coast IPAs taste like they help you hold on to a wooden bat. That's
I had IPA pine tar on all my hats.
No, and this isn't I mean, going with the theme of kind of the beers that we've had so far, super approachable. It's not really like the bitterness isn't super aggressive like some of the West Coast IPAs that we've had. It's very light, like bitter wise. Definitely one like this would be one I would put in like almost like an introductory West Coast, like, hey, like
this one,
yeah. I mean, it's 8%, but it's light on the palate.
It is light on the palate.
I was expecting something like Wander, like like that we had like with the pine tips in it.
Oh,
where it's like super aggressive. This is
there was the whole IBU wars, as you guys alluded to for sure.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of hit that palate threshold, and IBU is a tricky one because you have the calculated and like your perceived bitterness can certainly be different things. So, but like they say after 100 IBUs it gets tricky.
Yeah, that's what it said. Like between 90 and 100, it's like you can't even taste the difference.
If you wanted to put some numbers to it, though, this was calculated right around 100. But you can hide some things in terms of, to strike a little bit more of a balance rather than an IBU bomb, less of a novelty and more of a I could go back for one second or even third, that kind of beer. And 8% is a nice cutoff range where any higher you certainly can taste a little bit more of the booze.
There's a little more heat behind it.
Yeah, but this is, I think this base we did a blend of Pilsner and Golden Promise. We like to go back to the drawing board for different styles and tweak with some different things. So we've tried some straight up two-row. We've done some two-row with flaked rice to lighten the body as a touch of an adjunct. We use a touch of cane sugar. This is straight German Pilsner and then Golden Promise.
Okay.
And then just a touch of flaked barley and a touch of light crystal. So the light crystal gives a little bit of its color.
That caramel kind of,
it gives it a little bit more in the the backbone to support all the bitterness, but definitely is lopsided to being a bitter balanced beer, by design, kind of as like a hop flavor and bitterness delivery vehicle with a nice little crispy finish that makes you kind of think about it for a bit, get thirsty again, maybe want to start pairing this with some food.
Yeah, this is oh man.
I need to make a recording of Greg describing beers that I can fall asleep to.
Oh yeah, beer ASMR.
It's very eloquent. Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, I don't really have anything much more to say about it. It's just super approachable for, if you told me, you tell me it's an Imperial 8% West Coast IPA, I'm like, this is gonna knock my socks off with bitterness, and it really doesn't.
It's not a complete punch to the palate, and I think it's because you guys balance the malt profile very well with this. That, like you said, it's a delivery for the hop bitterness, and it's a smooth delivery for it. So,
cheers. Thank you.
I was curious with the addition of Brew One, because that's inherently like pineapple-y, tropical kind of flavor. I was wondering how that was going to work, and it's kind of like that. Just it's like a tamer in it. Like it kind of tames down the bitterness of the other hops. It's a little bit tropical on the nose, but on the palate, it's really it's hidden pretty.
It's
well.
like a hop governor, like a hop governor.
Yeah, we went a little bit heavier with the Brew One and the Whirlpool, and a little heavier with the Sequoia and Cascade and the dry hop.
So Brew One, the Whirlpool. What does that do? Like, I've only ever heard like people dry hopping with the Brew One, like predominantly. What
We gave a little blend with the whirlpool. We do like a small little cool down. So this actually no, this beer didn't get a cool down. Yeah, we hit it with some brew one, like late. It's actually a high alpha varietal. But yeah, pineapple is definitely the big kind of like flavor aroma.
Okay, so it just probably punches a lot more pineapple into the blend with that. Then.
Yeah, and we didn't want pineapple to be so much on the nose, but we wanted there to be like some tropical fruit undercurrents because we knew that the Sequoia is a mix of classic with more new age tropical fruity. So, and we knew brew one, we thought, big pineapple. So that was just kind of like, all right, we don't want it to be like a pineapple West Coast, but we want it to be kind of in there as like a bridge, nice little accent. Certainly like a Cascadian hop profile. So like, we did some Cascade hops and mash as well. We're hopping at like 60 minutes, 30, 20, 10 flame. So it's, I think that can give a little bit nice of a smooth or multi-dimensional bitterness. So it's not just like, all on the front end or all on the back end. It's certainly well-rounded, hopped a lot in the kettle, and then we gave it a big dry hop charge.
Yeah, for an Imperial West Coast, like this is balanced. Like that bitter, I mean, I'm surprised. I'm looking at Tom over there, and like usually I'm crushing the IPAs over here, and I'm looking over at him. I'm like, damn, dog, you done already?
I also have a little bit of motivation with our next beer.
I know,
but this is dangerous because I was able to just crush that beer. And the 8%, like I could breeze through a 4-pack.
Deceptively smooth. There.
Make some poor decisions.
This is like bringing me back to my early 20s of like the IPA drinking. And I'm like, oh man, I'll get destructive on this beer.
But we have about 20 minutes left.
Feel like the next one's going to be a lot of talking.
Yeah, a lot of talking. And I wanted to talk to Greg a little bit more about like how he got into brewing. And,
okay.
But I feel like we need to talk over the funk.
Oh yeah, we need
this one here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was expecting like a nice like mixed 4-pack, and then like the bartender brought over the bottle, and I was like, oh, just made my evening.
Yeah. So we got the crispy, the Chief Chris officer had his beer. Now we got one for the Funk Master General.
Body's ready.
It's right up both your guys' alley, it sounds like.
Yeah. So I was telling Dan before the podcast, like I've definitely bought into the year of the funk. Dan and I think as a podcast, we can consider ourselves the Renegades of Funk.
There you go. I like that. All right.
All right. Let's get a little cracksy here.
3, 2, 1. Pop that bad boy.
Oh, bad,
be careful. Be careful.
No leverage on it.
Oh man.
Bottle conditioned beer here.
So we're going to be doing, let me bring this up here. So we're going to be doing De La Grange.
You already answered one of my questions, Greg. He's like, bottle condition. I went, my man.
We got the green 750 milliliter bottles, and De La Grange is the name, and that is French for from the farm.
All right. So we're doing De La Grange. This is it's a Brett Saison, correct?
Yes. Yep.
So it's a Brett Saison. It's 6%, continuing the year of the funk, as it were.
I love elegant rustic ale.
This elegant rustic ale was, and like it's the ale of the Source Farmhouse, elegant rustic.
Elegant Farmhouse's aquifer well water, locally sourced grains.
With 100% locally sourced grains, floor malted Pilsner, spelt rye, and hopped with Hersbrucker, Spot, and Saz. We fermented this beer dry with the co-pitch of traditional Saison yeast and wild, I can never say
Brettanomyces.
Brettanomyces. There you go, the Funk Master General. And then dry hopped with an additional Saz before bottle conditioning. We get notes of spring wildflowers, zested lemon, straw, cracked pepper, barnyard hay, and complex earthy funk.
Oh man, that last part, man, just
I
went from 6 to midnight on this, so I can't wait.
We need like a funk drop.
We do. We need to get like a Parliament Funkadelic drop for the
We just need like
for the Saisons.
we need the breakdown
Saison.
from Renegades of Funk.
Oh yeah, should do that. Yeah, totally.
All right, so there's our delightful bottle, and at I don't know if you do it at the Colts Neck location as well as the Philly location. I saw the Philly location does bottle service.
Yeah. So they offer. We have, if we do have some mixed fermentation stuff available to go, we'll like put it on the end of the bar in Colts Neck and say you can take this with you. But in Fishtown, since they actually have like booths and tables, you can actually like get a bottle, brought out with some fancy glassware and kind of opened up and poured out for you. And so once those get ordered, and then we bring out the nice tall stemware and pop them out and get a nice little effervescent foam build up. They tend to sell some more.
Effervescent.
I like bottle service, but I like bottle service even more that it's a Saison bottle service.
Yeah.
Greg, Daniel, Slancha.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, fellas.
We're gonna have to call ahead when we go to Barcade and get some Saison bottle service.
My God, beautiful on the nose. Just I'm just inhaling that Brett. Inhaling Brett right there.
I want so much out of this.
It's beautiful. Yeah. That dry finish on it too.
Delicate again, 6%. Nothing is like super extreme or in your face, out of balance. There's definitely some hay, straw, peppery, farmhousey notes, some dry pepperiness. There's a complexity to it that's kind of hard to, tie down to a few notes, but that's the beauty. It's like a simple beer, but it's complex.
I think that's what I like about the Farmhouse is it's open to interpretation. Mm-hmm. Like you guys have a ton of tasting notes right there, but it's very like it's about the experience when it comes to like, especially like a bottle condition and everything. Like, I do get that cracked black pepper. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely getting that lemon zest too, but I'm getting a lot of the lemon zest on the nose.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it's not like that, like overly like super funk, super sour. Like it's so just well balanced.
Good dry. Yeah. Good dry finish on it too.
Yeah. Super earthy. It's just really, really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys like. Thanks. Yeah. It does have that, some Saison yeast in it as well. So, we definitely have a great attenuation. It's a dry beer. And then being co-pitched with some Brett Anomaly, which will, you can use that for primary fermentations, but we kind of co-pitch it and give it some additional months to just munch and linger and dry out even more and kick out some of the fun Brett notes. Probably a lot of the Saisons historically had Brett in them unintentionally, and they were
mistaken. Was that a part of the whole Farmhouse experience? Like those Farmhouse Saisons were the ones that it was like almost the Brett was like an infection to it that made it better.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you do it with some control and try to recreate the experiences that beer drinkers may have had then with, whatever ingredients were laying around the farm or getting harvested.
Yeah.
With the Saison, you alluded to it, it does have like the widest range of interpretation, even like objectively with like the style guidelines. It can be a table beer up to a super Saison.
Yeah.
Dark, it can be light. Can be bottle conditioned or not. It can have adjuncts or not, and like spices, Brett or not. So
dark,
really do a lot of things.
Crazy, yeah.
We've done some, dark super Saisons with all kinds of adjuncts. Like Rapadura sugar. We did a collaboration with a brewing school buddy of mine in Brazil, where we used. We drove out a couple hours and got sugar that this guy had been, concocting all day. It was like a dark sugar that came in like bricks. It was Rapadura. We've, then we've done a half dozen table beers as well on the low end of the spectrum. we do a saison for each season: spring saison, summer, fall, and winter.
Got to be careful who you text when you're like, I'm just driving out to get a couple bricks of dark.
Yeah. There's no text trail.
We need to have, I feel like we need to have Greg back on, just do like a saison episode.
Oh yeah. This is perfect. And this is like right in my, like, the saisons I love are more like the farmhouse funk with the Brett style. And like you say, it's almost like the Bob Ross happy accident with like Brett. Like it gets in there, and when it's controlled, it's, it comes out just, it's like the perfect amount of funk in there.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, this is like a perfect, like, it's like a perfect bottle service beer.
Yeah.
Like, just sit there and just
sit there and spin it,
sip it and enjoy it. I mean, come on. Look, I mean, this is me. This is not like autonomous Tom. Look at this head retention.
Tom, how's the mouth feel?
Mouth feels great on this. I like a little, it's got a little nice carb bite to it.
Yeah, I love the
kind of want that
head retention.
Yeah, a little head retention. There's a nice dry just snap to it. It makes it the drinkability factor for this. Like, even if you're not a saison drinker and you want to get into saisons, like this is the one that's gonna hook you.
Yeah. This is that like back porch, like just sit there, sipping beer.
Sunset.
Yeah, sipping beer, enjoy the taste.
This is that sunset around the fire. Just get that bottle out.
But I love the like saison. You guys put it perfect. It's like a fingerprint beer. It's, there's no saisons that taste exactly alike. You can get that with like lagers and IPAs that would like taste similar with I feel like saisons, you never have like two that just taste similar.
You're calling them beer zebras?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
You could it's probably, I would go out on a limb to say, one of the more underrated beer styles in terms of like versatility, and then so many people would absolutely love them, if they were to stumble upon them and seek them out, because you couldn't really go a whole lifetime just trying variations.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And having these available in Philly, and like the reason for the new year, one of the main reasons I got into the Year of the Funk was like right before the new year, I had my first fermentary form beer. And from Philly, and just having one of their farmhouse saisons, I was like, I need to have more of this in my life. And you guys are serving up right alongside them, doing the same thing in Philly. And it's great to see that like these funky saisons are coming out, because there is I would say a very there's not a lot out here for us.
No.
Out in the suburbs. It's like very, very few and far between. And it's awesome to see that like Philly is just coming out with all these awesome, like bottle conditioned, farmhouse saisons like this.
Yeah. And like Greg said, he's got some like aging on wood and just the blend, like the blendery kind of stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's the best time for beer drinkers. I'll say that. It was not always this way in the US. We're really having a renaissance here. And, it's nothing new at this point, but we really are pushing the frontiers on, really all the ingredients. Like, people are innovating in the frontier of yeast, new labs, new blends, genetically modified stuff. On the hop side, you got new varietals coming out. New, more concentrated pellets and variations.
They got the thiolized yeast now coming out too.
Thiolized yeast and like studies that need to be done that have just taken time. We're definitely on the cutting edge of everything. Malt too. We have really all the supporting infrastructure around beer to be pretty great. And America's doing some awesome stuff, really putting this craft scene on a global map, where you see these like traditional European countries are now looking at us for inspiration, which is pretty cool, because it was not always like that.
That's huge right now too. Especially, I mean, we've had Jeremy Myers on from he's doing Trager Brewing, but formerly of Neshaminy.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's brewing half the year in Germany because of being an American brewer. They wanted his input out in Germany because America is, America's getting in the forefront of brewing right now, and Europe is recognizing it.
Yeah.
In like what Greg said, like it just American brewers became so innovative, for better or worse. You get you got like Jeremy had told us, they're crazy for like milkshake IPAs over there and like smoothie sours. Like they just like putting like lactose in beer. Like they were like, what?
It's like when Milky Ways went to Europe. They're just like, holy shit, look at these candy bars. And we're over here like, man, European candy bars are wild.
Yep.
Yeah. But I love, the thing I love about these like these saisons is that it kind of invites like sharing your beer. Like, this is like kind of like a communal beer.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like it's hard to just sit there and just drink a whole bottle of this to yourself. Like I need to have a friend.
I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of beer nerd who's just gonna sit there with one of these by myself and drink it.
Yeah, it's the size and shape of a champagne bottle, so it's kind of bringing in some of that culture. You get a wine bottle, you either from 2 to 4 people, and kind of respects the beer in that sense, where you're like, hey, I can bring a bottle of beer for sharing, and that can be a thing. Typically wine serves that role, or champagne, but here we are.
And like we had Dan's the brewery that Dan works for had a Christmas party, and like all like the actual like beer people.
Oh man, we all hovering around saisons.
We all just sat around sharing saison bottles.
Oh my god, yeah, there was some funk going around, man.
Yeah. It was all just like us sitting in the back of the bar, just like
you had front of houses, they're getting down their liquor drinks, they're partying, and you got the brewers and the beer people are in the back like Golem, just hovering around saison bottles like they're precious. They're like, what are you guys drinking?
I mean, this is
a spectacular example of Farmhouse Saison, and just a testament to what you guys are doing with this style. So I'm stoked that you guys brought this out to us.
Yeah. I mean, I got to taste a couple beers at the brewery. Haven't had one that I didn't. Well, I'm going to say I haven't had one that I ordered that I didn't enjoy.
Yo, Brett on draft is wild too. I heard you guys had some like the Brett Saisons on like draft pours and everything too. Like, and I'm so used to like having the bottle conditioned, like, my buddies making their own Brett Saisons in like bottles. And like, I've never had a Brett Saison, I think, on draft ever. Like,
yeah, we got some dedicated lines in both breweries that kind of just don't cross. Once it goes funky, it never comes back. Or
exactly, that's what I wanted to hear. I was like, I'm interested in these lines here.
Yeah, I got some dedicated nitro lines, some dedicated funky lines, some dedicated lucre pours, side pulls, and then the rest, is our
rotating
beer. Yeah. Get some cask involved soon, actually, too.
Can't say enough about like the Philly location. There's so many beers to try. The beer menu is vast, and it's not like some of these breweries that have 8 hazies. You have a couple of hazies, but you have a lot of different styles.
It's really about variety now for any brewery, or I mean, like you guys, like you said, it's like a bar that we control the tap lines to.
Mm-hmm.
Great description of that. I know a lot of breweries that do that, where it's like, hey, we have our tap house location. They're like, hey, the beer nerds, you come to the source, literally.
Yeah.
But but when you want to you want to attract a crowd who's just getting a bite to eat, but maybe they want to try Source for the first time, and they don't feel like go out to Jersey. You're getting a lot of traffic right there. Especially, I mean, Pennsylvania knows how to drink craft beer.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a huge population of craft beer drinkers here, and you guys dipped your toes in at the right time.
Yeah. And
man, love Pennsylvania. I'm my folks are from PA. I lived there. I went to school there. Got the brewery there now. May not be our last one there. We may be producing in Pennsylvania in the coming years, but love it. Great. I think they can produce and are in the top of consuming of beer. So we know the Pennsylvanians respect some good craft beer, and they're keeping a lot of these cool businesses afloat. So we appreciate that. And some of the, the laws too are great compared to, New Jersey where we got started. So it's definitely a nice avenue that we definitely want to get deeper into.
Yeah. And Jersey breweries, come on down, cross that Delaware like George Washington, and
who would
set up shop?
Who would think that this dumb Quaker state would be looking down at another state on their beer, their alcohol?
The blue laws, the blue laws that we've had here, like we thought were strict, and then you've got the restaurant mafia in Jersey. You were just like, you can't have food at your craft.
What are you gonna have? You gonna have a Saison and meatballs in the same area? You crazy?
Listen, come here. We're gonna have a talk. Oh, we're totally getting our cars blown up at some point now.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, we crossed the line.
Yeah.
Gambino's coming for us, man.
New Jersey hates food trucks. Yeah. I mean,
disrespect us on the day of my daughter's wedding.
as a testament to Source's beer list, I went in and sat down and had a Brett Saison draft and
that's wild,
and an English brown ale draft.
Oh man, yo, you're the brown ale. We talked about that last week for beer trends. Brown ales, I think, are coming back. So I think that's going to be a style we're going to see more often too.
Yeah. The English ales will have their day.
Yeah, I mean they've been having their day here in Pennsylvania, man. I mean, I love it, and especially because soccer's getting so popular. So, like a lot of these bars,
you mean a football?
Yeah, football.
Yeah. The Imperial Point, session beers, pub beers. Gravity casks, hand pull. It's great. Milds, ESBs. We're doing up an ESB collab with Free Will on Monday.
Oh, you bringing Shawnee boy up there?
Yeah, you guys had Sean on here.
Yeah.
Dortmund right we did. So yeah, when we collaborate, we like to do a reciprocal collab. So they hosted that one, and we're gonna host the ESB.
Yes.
ESB is like top style for me. I mean, I'm pouring ESB every weekend at where I work, so I love a good ESB.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a recent thing for us too. Like
number one shift beer for me. Everywhere
we go, it's like if they have an English beer on, like you gotta order it.
Yeah, especially if it's on cask and hand pump. Like, I wanna see that a little bit of nitro flowing in there to get the fireworks when you're pumping it out. I love that little cascade.
It's also like the lager or the Pilsner used to be like the test beer. Like, hey, you go in. Let me see how well this brewery is producing their beer. Grab a Pilsner or a lager. I feel like now it's like if they can produce a good English style beer,
you get a nice mild pub ale.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, I love a good pub ale. 4%, just crushing it. Ready. Oh, that Melba toast. I love it.
We're definitely gonna have to have Greg back on at some point.
Saison talk.
Have Saison talk. I feel like there was a lot of questions that went unasked.
We did not getting into brewing history at all. We talked this Saison into the ground.
We just hey man, it's the backbone of the podcast. We fawned over beer for an hour.
Yeah.
So, hey, we did our job.
Yeah, we did.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can dig deep on any of these things, fellas. We can do it again. We have the Colts next spot. Maybe I can broadcast out of there. You guys can come up. We can coordinate something.
Oh man,
say less.
Oh man.
Good breweries in the area too. If you're trying to make a day out of it or a weekend.
We've heard that it's there's a couple like within a pretty easy distance. Source has been on our radar for a long time, and we're glad we got to have you on and talk about it. you know,
Yeah,
your
for
beers.
sure.
We've had so many different beers from breweries that you have collaborated with, and to actually get the beers from the Source is awesome. The Source. I keep
Yeah.
saying it. I'm going to stop
Source.
saying the beers from the Source because it just sounds like I'm trying to make that a thing, and I'm not trying to make that a thing.
Dylan,
No, I
apparently
love it. That's kind of how it hit us. Is like we you know, you drink the best beer at the Source. That's kind of the spring of inspiration for us.
I think Dylan hit it right there. Yeah.
Dylan apparently doesn't pay attention to the group chat.
Yeah, he's missed a few chats, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're doing a Source Fishtown meetup definitely for the podcast and some of our constituents of the podcast. So
yeah, we can do something there too. You know, if you guys wanted to do something in person, for sure.
I mean, I'm gonna reserve some bottles.
I think we gotta do bottle service.
I'm gonna wait till after tax season. I want to see what.
Yeah,
how I get that done first.
So we also have a series of 100% Brett IPAs, the Reclaimed series, and we're 4 beers deep on that. So I think we got number 4 pour in there now, bottle service as well. We've got some mixed fermentation beers we're going to be packaging soon as well. So
is that what I had? Is that what I drank the other day? I sent the picture. Yeah, the Reclaimed. Yeah,
I had
a Reclaimed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Funk lines are open, man. That's awesome.
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna do a little barcade and Source action.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hang out, watch people play
Saturday.
Yeah, yeah, we got to make a whole day out of it. We need to figure out somebody to D for us though.
Oh man.
All right, Greg. Thank you very much for coming on with us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was great.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back on because a lot of questions went unasked, like we said, and we need to do just a full Saison episode to just gush over funky beer.
We can totally make that happen. You know, we'll have a whole fresh set of 3 to 4 new Saisons by then.
100%. Guys, make sure you follow them. It's at Source Brewing. Is their main page, but their Philly location is at Source Fishtown. Do you guys have any events coming up that you want to plug? Anything that's going on?
I think we'll be at the Beer Run 5K in New Jersey next month, but nothing else to plug. We put everything out through our Instagram and Facebook, so you already shouted it out. Check us out there, and you'll see what we got coming out.
Yeah, Source Fishtown does Mondays are trivia nights.
Oh, nice.
So we have trivia every Monday in Fishtown, and I think they're doing some music bingo as well on Wednesdays.
Ooh.
Look at these guys doing a Patty's Day Irish dry stout over here.
We have the Nitro taps right now are dry Irish stout and an Irish red. You love a good Irish red.
I see it right here. I'm looking at it.
I thought about them. When I was sitting there. I was looking at the nitro pumps, and I was like, I really should, but
damn, I could see right through
there's
that
a
Irish
Brett.
red too, man. That is a beautiful color right there. Yeah, guys, make sure you follow them on the social media at Source Brewing and at Source Fishtown there. So yeah, thank you again for coming on. Tom, you want to throw our socials out there?
Yeah. Hey guys, check us out on all our socials. They're all the same thing. Facebook, Instagram, Twitch.
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's all there. At Best Friends Pod. That's at Best Friends POD. You can check us out on YouTube. If you didn't catch the live stream, you can go back and
catch the recap. It's going to be on YouTube. So if you don't miss it, if you want to watch it, obviously tonight it's going to go out on the podcast networks and everything. But YouTube, you'll get the full stream recap.
And it's youtube.com/at Best Friends Pod. YouTube.com/at. I don't know why they do that.
I don't know why
Best Friends POD.
I feel so alive for the very first time.
And if you guys want to email us, we have our emails open. If you have a brewery that you want us to feature, a brewer, any ideas that you have for the podcast, send it to us via email. Gmail is bestfriendspod@gmail.com.
That's correct, Tom.
Best friends POD.
I missed the POD drops. Let me
At
tell you.
gmail.com.
Sorry, I started gazing at the reclaimed beers that are on their Instagram, and I completely like.
They're so good, Dan.
I glazed over real quick. I was just like,
They went black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
I know. My eyes just like rolled back like a great white shark, like I was about to eat my computer screen here.
All right, yeah, that'll do it for us. Yeah, go check out Source, Colts Neck, Fishtown. You won't regret it.
Go to the
So
source.
good. Yeah,
Go to the source. I'm making it a thing. At the end, I'm gonna make it a thing.
Go to the source. Go to
Yeah, there you go.
All right, everybody. Best Friends Podcast, episode 155.
We're up.
See you.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Audio. Oh, see you later.
Hey, I mean, he's out. He's got things to
He's got
do.
things to do. He's got things to do. He didn't know about the after show.
Nope. We did not mention the after show,
We
but
did
you know
not,
what? It's fine.
Yeah.
We had a pretty awesome show. We brought a guest on. We're gonna end it on a high note, my brother.
We got so funky. We got so fucking funky on this show.
We got so fucking funky.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Go check out Source. It's awesome.
Do it.
Yeah. Group chat boys, get in the group chat. We got to get this Barcade and Source trip together.
Yeah, if you're in the group chat, yeah, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna organize it.
Yeah. Yeah, catch us next week. I will be live from New Jersey. Yeah, we got Harry from Experimental coming on. I got him up in my hotel room. Who knows what'll happen?
Oh man.
Yeah, who knows? I might go full Cosby. Who knows? Who knows?
Why are you in a robe, Tom?
They have robes in the
I know. I figured they had robes.
yeah. Maybe I'll just answer
Dude.
the door like that.
Dude, can you do the stream in a robe?
Oh, I got Wendy's and Zima.
Harry's over there like,
I'm not very comfortable.
Have a seat over here.
yeah, why don't you take a seat?
No.
All right, guys. Catch us next week. We'll be live from New Jersey. I will be live from New Jersey.
I'll be at home.
Yeah.
Getting a good buzz on.
Yeah. We'll be enjoying some experimental beers. If you want to join in with us, hit up Harry at xbeer_NJ. Hit him up. He will send you beer for free.
Yeah, we'll have to see what's on his menu, see if we can coordinate that.
Yeah.
So I know he's
you can tip him.
Yeah.
You should tip him.
Yeah.
But
just
he will
the tip.
he'll send you beer. It's delicious. Ask Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Soup.
Soup.